Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at apple cider vinegar, ACV.
Yeah, ACV. It's kind of hard to miss these days, isn't it?
Totally. It seems like it's all over, health blogs, TikTok feeds, wellness gurus are talking about it. You've probably seen the buzz.
For sure. And I think that's why we wanted to do this deep dive to sort of cut through that noise a bit.
Right. Get past the hype and figure out what's actually fact, what's maybe promising, and what's, well, just speculation.
Exactly. We want to give you the real picture based on what we know.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. For anyone maybe not super familiar, what exactly is ACV? How does apple juice turn into, well, that?
It's actually a pretty neat process. It's fermentation in 2 steps.
Okay.
So first, yeast eats the sugar in the apples, turns it into alcohol. Basic fermentation.
Like making cider?
Pretty much. But then step 2, specific bacteria come in, acetobacter, and they convert that alcohol into acetic acid.
Ah, acetic acid. That sounds important.
It is. That's the stuff that gives ACV its distinct tangy smell and taste. And it's linked to a lot of the health claims, too.
Right, the claims. Because you hear everything, don't you? Like it's this miracle cure for, I don't know, weight loss, clear skin.
Oh, absolutely. The internet is full of stories, big promises.
So our job here is to sift through that, see where the science actually backs things up, and maybe where the enthusiasm is getting a bit ahead of the evidence.
Precisely. Let's separate the trends from the verifiable information.
All right, let's dive into the science then. What potential benefits actually have some, research legs to stand on?
Well, one of the most studied areas is actually blood sugar regulation.
Okay, interesting. How does that work?
Several studies suggest that taking ACV, often with or after a meal, might help improve insulin sensitivity. And it could lead to lower blood sugar spikes, especially after you eat something high in carbohydrates.
So this could be genuinely helpful for people managing, say, type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance.
Potentially, yes. The research indicates it could have a positive influence. Like, one small study showed folks had smaller glucose spikes after a carb-heavy meal if they had ACV with it.
Oh, does it slow things down?
That's one theory. It might slow stomach emptying so the sugar hits your bloodstream more gradually.
I see. But it's not a replacement for medication or anything, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Crucial point. It's maybe a supportive tool, something to discuss with your doctor, but definitely not a substitute for prescribed treatments or diets.
Okay, good context. What else? I hear a lot anecdotally about digestion, people taking it before meals.
Yeah, that's a big one you hear. Lots of people report feeling less bloated or just, better digestion overall when they take some diluted ACV beforehand.
Is there science on that, or is it mostly just people's experience?
It's more on the anecdotal side right now. The idea maybe is that the acetic acid could help boost stomach acid for some people, aiding breakdown. But we really need more rigorous, large studies to say for sure.
Right. So promising for some, but not fully confirmed yet.
Okay.
What about antibacterial stuff? I know vinegar is used for cleaning.
You're right on track there. Vinegar has a long history as a disinfectant.
Yeah.
And the acetic acid in ACV does have antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. People used it historically for cleaning wounds even.
Wow.
And some people use it diluted as like a natural deodorant, the idea being it inhibits odor-causing bacteria. So there's a basis for that.
Interesting. Okay, now the big one, weight management. Does ACV help you lose weight? That's probably the claim you hear the most.
It is, and the evidence here is, well, it's complicated. Some studies suggest it might help a bit with appetite control.
Making you feel fuller.
Possibly, yeah. It might increase feelings of satiety, so you feel full longer after eating. And that could contribute to, modest weight loss over time.
Modest being the key word there.
Absolutely. This is really important. ACV is not some magic fat-burning potion.
Knew it sounded too good to be true.
Yeah. Any potential benefit for weight is likely very small and only really happens if it's part of a larger, healthy approach. Balanced diet. Exercise.
So it's not a shortcut?
Definitely not. It seems like all these potential benefits we're talking about, they really work best, if they work, within the context of an already healthy lifestyle. It's an add-on, maybe, not the foundation.
That makes sense. And it's just as important to talk about the potential downsides, right?
Okay.
Because it's not totally harmless.
Precisely. You can't just start chugging it. There are risks.
Yeah, I mean, drinking it straight sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
What are the main concerns?
The acidity is the big one. Undiluted ACV is highly acidic.
Right.
Over time, it can seriously erode your tooth enamel. That means more sensitivity, higher risk of cavities,
Ouch. Okay.
and it can irritate your throat and esophagus. If you already have issues like acid reflux, it could potentially make things worse or just cause stomach upset.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Yeah.
Anything else besides the acidity?
There's some concern, particularly with very high intake over long periods, that it might lead to lower potassium levels.
Potassium. Why is that bad?
Well, potassium is vital for lots of things: nerve signals, muscle contractions, keeping your heart rhythm steady. If levels get too low, you could have issues like muscle weakness, cramps.
Or even heart problems?
In severe cases, yes. So again, it points towards moderation and definitely avoiding excessive amounts.
So the takeaway is use caution. Definitely don't overdo it and never ever drink it straight.
Exactly. And just to hammer it home again, it's not a cure-all. It won't fix underlying health issues on its own.
It's a potential tool, maybe, in the toolbox, not the whole solution.
Well put. It might offer some slight advantages for certain people in specific ways, but it absolutely doesn't replace proper medical advice or treatment.
Okay, so let's say someone listening is curious. They want to try it safely. What are the guidelines? How should you actually use it?
Rule number one, always, always dilute it. Never straight.
Okay, dilute, dilute, dilute. How much?
A common starting recommendation is about 1 tablespoon mixed into a large glass of water, like 8 ounces or so.
1 tablespoon, big glass of water. Got it.
You can see how that feels, maybe adjust slightly, but dilution is non-negotiable.
And when's the best time? If you're thinking about that digestive aid idea.
For that purpose, people often take it a few minutes before meals. That timing might help with digestion, maybe promote that feeling of fullness we mentioned.
Before meals, diluted. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the teeth? Even diluted, is there still a risk?
There's still some acidity, yeah. So a good tip is to use a straw.
Bypass the teeth mostly.
Exactly. Minimize that direct contact. And another thing you can do is rinse your mouth with plain water afterwards, just to wash away any remaining acid.
Simple, practical advice. Use a straw, rinse after, and I guess ultimately listen to your body.
Absolutely critical. If it causes you any discomfort, throat burn, stomach ache, anything persistent, just stop using it. It's not for everyone.
Makes sense. What works for one person might not work for you. So wrapping this up then, ACV isn't the magic potion some claim it is.
Yeah.
But use carefully diluted, in moderation, maybe before meals, protecting your teeth. It could be a minor supporting player for some people as part of a broader, healthy lifestyle.
That sums it up really well. It's about understanding it as a small piece, potentially, not the whole puzzle.
Right, because ultimately, your health journey isn't about finding one quick fix, is it? It's about those consistent small choices you make every day.
Precisely. It's the long game, the overall pattern of habits.
So, as you think about your own wellness, consider where something like ACV might fit in, or if it even needs to. Reflect on this info, see how it aligns with your goals, your body.
And maybe that leaves you with a final thought,
Yeah.
thinking about how vinegar, this ancient substance, has become such a modern health trend.
Yeah.
What does that say about how we look for health solutions today? Are we rediscovering something old or just repackaging it? Interesting to consider.